Hi, everyone, and welcome to Toy Talk on a Sunday. Today I have three different toys to show you and share with you, and they are all quite different. So I think I'm going to start with the smallest one first. Now, this is from Mego, and I did not get this in the box. I got this out of the box. And this is, a good one for Halloween. That's Freddy from Nightmare on Elm Street series. And he is, as I said, Amigo. Now, this hat does come off. It's actually really well made, I think. He's got a little piece of fuzz on him. Let me get that off. Maybe that's on his shirt. I guess that's on his shirt. Oh, well, you're not going to have a perfect sweater when you've been through all he has. But anyway, really great face mold or sculpt. I'm not really big into these shows or movies, but I like the characters. And, with me being a big Mego fan, I wanted to get this when I saw it for a good price on, actually got this on Mercari. So, yeah, the Mercari site you can get some good deals on there, I think. And, it's not bidding. I didn't realize that. It's not bidding, it's just buying. And I haven't really been on there a lot, but lately I have looked at it more. Now, his arms do move, although this is kind of stuck in a way. It doesn't want to go all the way, but it does come back. It's almost like a special feature. So, um, the hat is a bit of a problem because it doesn't want to stay on, and it's easy to lose. And trying to find ways to keep it on, but anyway. I think one particular way it stays on better than the other. That wasn't the way. Just one second. Let me get it. So anyway, there isn't, to my knowledge, a good way to keep it on. But if anybody knows of one, let me know. Maybe I get some sort of molding something and put it in there. But let's just take it off for now so that I don't lose it during the video again. He's got shoes, and his legs do bend. Megos, this is a typical Mego body, I believe. They're coming out with a new body right in the latest series, I believe, called a bandless body, because these typically have rubber bands inside them. So, now I don't know, with this being a newer Mego from the last, 5 years, maybe it's not a rubber band, maybe it's something else, I'm not positive, but I think it's still some sort of rubber band. So that's not great for the long-term future if it's the case. But yeah, they're coming out with bandless bodies. I don't know. I've heard they're shorter. These are typically 8-inch figures. And it's a really great series. I mean, they did Chucky, they did The Bride of Chucky, they've done so many other horror-related figures. I was trying to find a Michael Myers figure from the series, but did not. However, let me show you all this. Hold on just a second. Okay, actually, I do have the Michael Myers figure up here that I got. So I don't think Mego, to my knowledge, has not made one yet. Maybe they weren't able to get the license. I mean, they have to have the license to be able to do that. But this one does, which is from the company I call NECA. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it. NECA, N-E-C-A. So this is the box it came in. And again, I got this on Mercari as well, I believe. Well, no, I did get this one on Mercari. They're both on my... So, they make great figures, but they're not like Mego, and I do want to stress the difference. Mego is flexible, and it's cloth fabric for the clothing. Very good sculpts nowadays for the faces. So these are very good sculpts as well, but they're not clothing that's fabric. They're not soft. They're a much harder plastic. Now this one comes with, this is obviously the Halloween series. Talk about a good Halloween piece. It says, includes light up flickering pumpkin. So the pumpkin lights up and flickers. I'm not sure exactly how, but there's the pumpkin. And then they've got some different hands and pieces in here, and 2 different faces, and of course a couple knives, because he has to have those to do his business. So, I'm not extremely familiar. I've seen some of all of these, but not a whole lot. I like this picture of him, though. It's really good. Does anybody know, is it like one actor that's always played this character? Because obviously you don't see the actor's face, so at least they could have anybody in this, I guess. I just wonder, though, someone who knows more about it than I do. But anyway, it's a great figure, and this wasn't originally in my, when I said 3 toys. So today we're going to get it extra with this number 4 that I showed you second. So here's the back, by the way, where he's actually in action, some, especially that one picture. So, you know, this kind of toy is not for everyone, but really, I don't look at these as toys as much as I do figures. Just, and this to me is, it's an art piece in a way because it's so well done, both of these. So, yeah, that's that one. And then moving on to something different, the Elphaba from Wicked. I wanted to talk about that. So I've had this doll for, oh, I don't know. I feel like it's been at least 5 years. Let me see here if I can find a date on here, because this is something that, yeah, unfortunately I put my magnifying glass away. I was moving some things around. Well, it's box date 2018. So yeah, actually it's not 5 years. It's about 3 years or so. 4 years, something like that, depending on when I got it. But yeah, you know, I like this doll, and here's the back of the box, by the way. I never did get the Galinda doll, but I like it, but here's something I don't like about this is the way the hat is, you can barely see the face in the box. So as a display, if you're going to take it out, that's fine. But with me, in this case, wanting to keep it in the box for the time being, it doesn't display well. And I don't really like the backdrop either. The background, I mean. So it blends too much. Now, one thing I do like is, you can see it, the red underneath the black. Can you all see that? I know it's hard with the glares, unfortunately. But there is a red tinge on the top half, her sleeves and her top. There's red underneath the black. I think that's kind of cool. Let me see if, there you go. You can see it there. And this next guest is in the way, so let's move him, or in the view, along with my water. So, and obviously she has very green skin. It's hard to show her face, but that's about as good as I can get it. So, you know, I'm considering selling this doll. I don't really feel a big attachment to this one. I have a big Wizard of Oz collection, and I really did want this, but it's just, to me personally, a bit disappointing because of the lack of display, that it's not easy to see. So anyway, may sell it, but I wanted to share it in the meantime, because I do like this in general, and I think it's very well done. I've always loved the logo for this show. And by the way, the show itself is wonderful. The book, to me, is even better. I read the book, and it's very long, but it's very interesting. So yeah, that's Elphaba from Wicked, and may not be with me much longer. We'll see. As you all know, I'm in a bit of a selling mode, although I have bought a few things too, so it's kind of like a balancing act. I'm definitely selling more than I'm buying, but speaking of buying, I'm going to move on to the main star of this year, or this week's series, and that is from the Fresh Squad, Dr. Lisa's, who's pictured here, by the way, on the bottom, her male dolls from the Fresh, there's the Fresh Dolls, which are the female dolls, and some of them are pictured here, and I've done videos on some of them before. I've got about 5 over there on a shelf. And then for some of the first series male dolls, I've had this one and this one, or no, sorry, I'm pointing to the wrong one. These two. And I think I did have 1 or 2 of these. So these two I found at a store called At Home, or no, sorry, not At Home, Home Goods. And I have sold those. I decided not to keep them. But, you know, sometimes you sell something and you sort of wish you hadn't. But then they've come out with a new series of Fresh Squad. This one is called, those had different names like Daniel and Anthony, and I forgot who the third one, maybe Malik. Might be this one here with the braids. But now they've come out with Khalil, who, by the way, could be Malik's twin, and that's who's in this package that I'm going to be showing you. These are out now, and of course, I assume you can get them on their website, but they're also available at Walmart. It says, The Fresh Squad, I'm Khalil. Cool hair braids, fun to bend and pose. Meaning the doll, I think, not the braids. Although you might be able to do that too. Fresh Finity Wear Shoes. Fresh Finity Wear Shoes. Realistic hoodie. Realistic, but I don't like the pattern on the side. It reminds me very much of the 90s, like early 90s maybe. It's just kind of weird looking. But overall, I like the look of this doll. I think it's a definitely price is much better. When those other male dolls first came out, they were like, I want to say $15 to $20, like typical price. But then all of a sudden they got so popular, the company put them up to $39.99. Everywhere I was finding them, they were $39.99. And online, they were $39.99 on their website. So I thought that was really strange. But hey, if you can do it, I guess it's fair. So I want to show you, I got two of these. So I took one out of the box. And I want to show you that one now. So here he is. The magic of opening boxes. Here's Khalil. Is that his name? Wait a minute. Yeah, Khalil, not Malik. Malik is, I believe, the one from the first set. And, you know, he's got a very similar look. Now, let me see something. Yeah, I don't know if there's much of a difference. I can't tell from this picture. But, yeah, this is his hoodie they were talking about. And, of course, it does have a hood, therefore. Now, you'd probably have a hard time getting that hood over all these different braids, but I'm not going to try. They do have some strings here where you would have strings on a normal sweatshirt, hooded jacket type of thing, or this kind of hoodie. And he is very, let me see what it says. You know, I don't think it really says anything about articulation on here. Let me just double check. Fresh Styles. No, I don't see anything about that, but it's very articulated. It says, authentically created and curiously designed. So, of course, he's got the painted on facial hair, which I kind of like that he has facial hair, I mean. And I like his hair, it's very nice, and I like that it's, you know, not molded. It'd be kind of hard to mold this, I would think, though, but you could. His arms go up and down, they bend, the hands can curve in, can go out. Of course, they can go over his head like that, like he's doing an exercise or something. And his legs are very bendable, very posable. This is the shoes he comes with, which weren't on, but by the way, look how flexible he is. And they can go up. You know, obviously he can bend back like this. His legs can be like that, like he's doing an exercise that way. So very articulated, very flexible. However, the one thing that I don't like about this is it's too loose. Like this leg especially is, first of all, the bottom half can turn all the way around, and I don't honestly know why anybody needs that, but okay, it can. But then you got to make sure you get it the right way. But it's so loose as far as the joints that it's hard to get him to stand and not fall over. Now, most of them can stand these days. Now, he can. I just got him to stand. I know you can't see that, but let me see if I can do it where you can see it. Here, let me put it on this lower shelf. You can at least see his face. There's the top half of his face. So he's standing. It just takes some arranging and doing. I just think these should be tight, a little bit tighter, especially this one. They're just so flexible and so loose that it's not as sturdy as it could be. So that's my only issue. By the way, here's what his shorts look like. And they're pretty long. They go up pretty far on his waist and they come down. So I guess that is the style as far as the length. This can be pulled down some, of course. Overall, I think he's a great looking doll, and I really encourage people to get this doll while you can. Now, I've heard Dr. Lisa say somewhere on a post that there's going to be like 10 different dolls in the male doll line this time. I think they were so popular the first time that they're determined to have a good variety this time. So, you know, he can mix with the 5 female dolls that I have, which let me show you a few of who they are real quick. So I have this one and this one. I don't think I have this one. I have her but in a different version. And I have the redhead but in a different version. So I have most of those. Some are from the first edition of those and some are from the second. If you remember the second edition of these dolls, the head or the face got really big and I didn't quite understand that, but that must have been what they wanted to do. So, well, I hope you've enjoyed this edition of Sunday Toy Talk with Freddy and Malik, or no, Khalil, excuse me, and Michael Myers, and then Alphaba. I mean, what a combination. Anyway, have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.